If you feel like you're posting a lot, but people still don't seem to connect with your content, the issue might not be how much you're posting. The issue might be that the content feels very random to the people who are watching it. This happens to many people when they're building their brand online. You might post something about your services one day, then the next day you post a quote, then the next day you're posting something personal, then maybe a tip about business. See, each post might be good on its own, but together they can feel very disconnected because they're all about something a little different. Now, I've gone through this myself while creating my content. At one point, I was sharing everything I knew about branding, then about marketing, then about audience growth and visibility and strategy and business. Just all of these ideas are a part of what I do. But when I looked at the content from the outside, I realized something. It probably felt like a lot of different conversations instead of one clear conversation. That's when I began focusing more on alignment. Aligned content makes it easier for people to understand your brand. People follow brands when they understand what the brand talks about. If your content is jumping between many unrelated topics, then the audience has to work hard to try to figure out what you're really talking about. What's your message? And when people have to work hard to understand something, they usually just move on. They forget completely about it and go another direction. Aligned content means your posts connect to a central theme. Each post might explain something new, but it still points back to the same idea. So over time, people begin to recognize that theme. And when they recognize it, they begin to trust it a lot more. I've seen brands grow faster once they focused on their content around a few clear ideas instead of a whole bunch of ideas, posting about everything they knew. They actually just chose one direction and they stayed with it. The content became a lot easier to understand and people began to follow the messages a lot more closely. So if your content feels like it isn't connecting, it might not be the quality of the content. It might simply be the structure and how you're presenting that content. When your content is aligned around a clear theme, each post actually strengthens the next one, the one before and the one after it. So instead of starting over every time when you post, you're going to begin building momentum. Content that connects isn't always the most creative content. It's the content that consistently reinforces the same idea over time. And that repetition helps people understand what you stand for. If you want your content to connect more strongly, focus on posting ideas that support the same message instead of jumping between many different topics. Alignment makes your brand a lot easier to understand, and understanding is what builds trust with an audience. My friend, thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate your support. Please make sure to subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss the next episode. All right, friend, I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, then like and subscribe to support Brand Impact 365 with LaMorvielle. And if you are struggling with your brand impact, then watch the next video.